Good morning, children. Today we are going to continue with our chapter that was the Mughal Empire. So today we are going to study about Mansabdars and Jagirs. As you all know that Mughal Empire expanded. So when the Mughal Empire expanded, they needed diverse body of people to look after the empire. So what they did is they recruited diverse bodies of people in their empire. In these diverse bodies, there were many groups which were included. They were Afghans, Rajputs, Marathas, etc. Now, those who joined the Mughal Empire or the Mughal army or the Mughal services, they were enrolled as Mansabdars. Now, who is a Mansabdar? A Mansabdar is a person who holds a Mansab, meaning a position or a rank. A person who is holding a position or a rank, that person is called as a Mansabdar. So, the Mughals, they recruited diverse body of people and those people they were called as Mansabdars. Now, in the Mughal Empire, there was a grading system which was used. Like the Mughals, they used a grading system. So, grading system was used by the Mughals to fix the salary, the rank and the military responsibilities of the Mansabdars. The Mansabdars, they were assigned some military responsibilities. They had to maintain a specified number of Sawar or cavalrymen. The Mansabdars brought their cavalrymen for review and then they registered them. After registering, their horses were branded, and once their horses were branded, then only they received the salaries which they have to pay to the Mansabdars. Now, the Mansabdars received salary as revenue assignments, and these revenue assignments were called as Jagirs. In Akbar's reign, Jagirs were carefully assessed. Children, open your books to page number 51. You can see the heading Mansabdars and Jagirdars. As I told you that as the Mughal Empire expanded, the Mughals recruited diverse bodies of people, and those who joined the Mughal service were enrolled as Mansabdars. It was a grading system used by the Mughals to fix their rank, salary and military responsibilities. And rank and salary were determined by the numerical value which was called as Zat. The higher the Zat, the more prestigious was the noble's position in the court. All Mansabdars had to maintain a military contingent for which they were paid. All Mansabdars had dual ranks and they were remunerated on that basis only. So, the term means holding a particular rank in the administration. Mansabdars, they were given salary in accordance to their jobs. That was Zat, salary. The system of branding horses and maintaining a descriptive role of soldiers was adopted by Akbar. A standing army was also maintained. You can see the branding of horses like a tattoo mark. And I told you that all these Mughal Mansabdars were paid through an assignment of Jagirs. Moving on to the next topic. Zabt and Zamindars. The main source of income available to Mughal rulers was tax on the produce of the peasantry, that is farmers. These peasants had to pay taxes through the rural elites, that is the headmen or the local chieftain. The Mughals used one term, that is Zamindars, to describe all intermediaries, whether they were local headmen of villages or powerful chieftains.
Now, Akbar's revenue minister Todermal carried out a careful survey of crop yields, prices and areas cultivated for a period of 10 years. On this basis, tax was fixed on each crop in cash. Each province was divided into revenue circles with its own schedule of revenue rates for individual crops. This revenue system was known as Zabt. This was prevalent in those areas where Mughal administrators could survey the land and keep very careful accounts. Now, in some areas, the zamindars exercised a great deal of power. The exploitation by Mughal administrators could drive them to rebellion. Sometimes zamindars and peasants of the same caste they rebelled against Mughal authority. These peasant revolts challenged the stability of the Mughal Empire. So children, let's have a quick recapitulation. Till now, we studied about great Mughals. There were 6 great Mughals: Babur, Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan and Aurangzeb, about whom we studied in detail. We also studied about who were Mughals. Mughals were the descendants of 2 great lineages, the Genghis Khan and Taimur. We also studied about Mughal tradition of succession, Kupar scenery and primogeniture. We also saw the Mughal relations with other rulers. We studied about Mansabdars and Jagirdars, Zabt and Zamindars. Thank you, children.
Thank you, children, and have a nice day. Stay safe, stay healthy.